So we looked at if, else if, and the use of and in the previous two examples. Okay, and now let us move on to the next example, wherein we try to use the switch conditions. Okay, switch case. Right. So let us try to use a function, right? Right. I will try to enter like this. Okay. Let's say this is a function. I'm showing you how to write a function as well simultaneously. So this is day number, and it also returns the day string. Okay. So is equal to the. I'm going to call my function as weekday. All right. So I'm going to use date, comma. I'm going to use a format maybe long, and I'm going to say, right, in a specific format that is called as English, and it is in the US. All right. And then let me write a switch the day string. Actually, if you check this, what happens, I'll show you what is this. Right, I'll before running this, I'll do a preview screen, and I'll enter this, remove this. Now you see it actually shows, right? The day number is 4 for today, and today is a Wednesday, right? So day number will be picked up, and the day string will also be picked up. Okay, it's in a long format, and US English, right? We have a multiple options to do this, right? Anyway, you can go for help weekday to look at the complete details. But as of now, for our example, this is sufficient. Okay. So the day string I'm going to read, and I'm going to switch that, right? So inside the switch, I need the first statement as a case, right? Case, tell what are the possibilities. So day string could be, right, Monday. If it is Monday, then you are going to do something. So disp, maybe something like start of uh, week, possible, right? That's what I'm going to display. Then I'll go to a case. The second possibility is Tuesday, and in that case, disp okay, Tuesday means I don't want to display Tuesday. I want to say that this is day 2, right? Then case Wednesday, right? I want to disp say day 3, right? And so on. Then I want to go for case Thursday, and display, right, say day 4, case Friday, this last working day. And now you see I'll write the otherwise, because that includes all the other conditions, like Monday to Friday is over. It include otherwise includes Saturday and Sunday. So otherwise is that like a default case, right? So simply this weekend. Okay. Now the semicolon is optional, right? Then you need to say that my switch is over by using a end command. Okay, so this is my switch case. Right. Now I run this. Right. Before that, let me do the clear screen. So when I run this, it says, oh, sorry, some mistake. Where is that? Yeah, this one. Case Wednesday. See, there was an error, but now it is rectified. Okay. So switch case, it is what's the day? You can see that the day string is Wednesday, and for Wednesday we had written day 3. So it is simply displaying the day 3. All right. So one thing to remember that the switch case statement needs end at the end. Okay. Now let us go and run something for a for loop. Okay, so what I do, I create x as an array which is equal to ones of one row 10 columns. Okay, then for, so for loop, again no need of brackets here. N is my variable. Your starting condition is 2 and it has to go till 6, right? I'm going to perform the x of n. See, this is array. X of n is equal to 2 times 2 into x of n minus 1, right? Again the for loop needs end. See, this is my for. Right, now let me just run this quickly. You can see that for loop is learning, and oh sorry, we are not displaying the result. So at the end it ran, and now I'm going to show the x here. So you see you are supposed to add the present value to the previous value. 2 into x of n minus 1. Past value is double, you are saving over. Okay, you can do till maybe 10, I guess, right? Now let me run this once again. So I'll remove this and I'll run this so it shows the complete this thing. So 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 34 up to this. Right? So if you don't want this to be displayed every iteration, simply write X at the end and save. So now you see it will display only that, only the last iteration's result. So just run this, you see. This is the use of for loop. Okay. And in the next example, I'm going to show you how to use the while loop again in case of MATLAB. So let me start with n equal to 1. Then I'm trying to write a function for, I'm trying to write a program to calculate the factorial. All right. Uh, n is equal to 1. So n factorial, I'll try to, this is n factorial is equal to 1. I'll start from 1. Okay. So while n factorial is lesser than 1e 100. Okay, this is the condition. right? Increment n equals to n plus 1. I don't want to display the result, so I'll put a semicolon, and n factorial is equal to the previous value, that is previous n factorial, into the present value of n. Okay, so this is n. Okay, so later I'll display n itself, not n, sorry, this is, okay, I just want to find out what was the n factorial that I found. Okay, this is my while loop. Right, let's run this. So up to 70 it ran 70 times, and the n fact also I can actually type. So n and n factorial, right? So you can see, oh sorry, that was m, not n fact, my mistake. It's n fact. Okay, so now let us run this. Right, so 70 was the number, and the n factorial is this big. All right. So that's the use of two types of loops also we have checked here. One is a for loop, and the other one is the while loop. All right, fine. Now let's move on to the next concept, and the basic operators also we have completed now. So let's move on quickly to the next topic, where we are going to move where we are going to study how to perform the data analytics by using the MATLAB. Okay, so here, okay, let me write the side heading first. So we are going to perform what is called as the data analytics, right, in MATLAB. So this is very important because whenever we do some projects, we have to import the data, right? You get some data, maybe you will collect by yourself, you store it in a format and you convert into the appropriate format. That's the first option. And the second option will be you collect it from some standards resource, right? Somebody is giving you the data, or you collect it from internet or something, right? Like that we can do, we can collect the data in many ways, and bringing those values of bringing the complete data set into the MATLAB workspace is called as data import. And after performing the calculation, if you want to write that into some sort of files and send it to someone, then that process is called as data export, right? So here we are going to first look at the data import and export, right? So what and all is supported, right? So all the standard file formats, right? You can you read the data from the popular file formats, such as maybe Microsoft Excel sheets. Okay, you can also read the data from audio and video, and also read the various scientific data formats that are also supported in MATLAB. Right, now, how to read the data, right, from MATLAB? So I'll just show you one particular window, right? Again, I'm going to show you that, but I'll copy and paste something. So in the MATLAB home tab, we can find this. Okay, that is, we can find a specific window. This is how it's going to look like. So there is an option called the data import, right? I just have to use the data import options over there to read the data, to import the data, right? When you do so, when you click on import, it is going to ask you what type of data you want to import, right? So you can actually import the text files, right? And you can actually read a part of the data. You can even read the complete data, etc., right? So I just have to, when I click the import data, what happens, I'll show you, right? This is also another screenshot I had saved for this purpose. So let me show you. Once you click on the import data, you will get another window which is like this, right? So it actually asks what you want to read, right? From where you want to read. So you can simply say that I want to read a specific particular CSV format. Maybe you can go and select that, but it opens a window, and using that window you can actually ask for uh, airlines, right? Airlines mall.csv. There is a file, and I want to read in the form of a table, and you can actually drag the particular cells which you want to read. Okay, so in this case, you can see that we are trying to read the table format of starting from 2 to 5 rows and the first 5 columns. All right, so this is how you do the data import. All right, so by default, we are going to read it in this particular format. Okay, now I will show you how to write. So reading is straightforward. You just use data import, which is present in our MATLAB particular window, and you can do that. All right. So, but in order to write something, as soon as you click OK over there, import the selection, you can see the import selection option at the top, right over here. As you press this one, the import selection option, this is going to bring that particular variable into the command window. Then you can process. That's how you do this. So you can read the table. Everything is possible. Column vector, numerical matrix, string array, cell array, etc. Various options are available according to what you have chosen. Okay. Next is, let's see how to write something. So let's go to the writing option. That this is data export option. Clear everything and perform the CLC. So first, let us create some variable for us so that we can write it into a table, and we'll write a table into some file for data export purpose. Okay, so let us create some variables now. So let me create page is equal to, I'm trying to create some scientific data. So this is an array. Okay, so point 7. I want to go to a new line 0.8, then 1, then 1.25 and 1.5. Okay, then I will create maybe another variable called shape, and let this be a cell array. So how to use a flower bracket and enter various shapes such as an, then okay, I'll go to a new line, then it's say round, then it is button, then once again pan, right, and say round. Oh, my mistake, I should have closed using this. Okay, so the shape has been created. Then I'll go for the next variable, say price. Let me write some numbers, say 10, then I have 13.59, then 10.5, then we have 12.33, then this is 16.9. Okay, then let's go for the how many stock you have. So again, this is a numerical array 366, 994, 86, 65, 1088, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need, I think, of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the last, right? So we created this, and now you see I create a table. How do you create a table? If you remember, if you have the workspace variables present and you want to create a table, simply call the function table, right? Already we have done that. So table, mention the order in which you want. So I want to do the, start the pitch, then I want to go with the shape, then price, and then stock. So when you enter this, you see the table is created. Right, now I have a table with me. Right, I want to write this into say a text file. Right, so how to do that? This is using a command called writ, write table, write table. Which table you want to write? It's a T. And what's the file name? The file name is my table data dot txt. Just press enter. Now you can see on the left hand side a text data has been created, and even if even you can actually open this, right? It opens as a text over here, right? And I can even uh, do something like maybe type. I can actually check this using the same tabledata dot txt. I can do this. What was the name? My table data, sorry. This is my table data. So you can see, actually you can see that here, right? If you say type that file name followed by txt, it actually is going to show you what is the content in the text form. So this is one way of the exporting, right? How to export. All right, now I'll show you, right, how do I write a numerical array and how I can convert that numerical array into uh, into the text data. All right, we'll see that now. This is also a part of data export. Okay, right. So first let me create a matrix A that is equal to magic of 5, but let me divide this by say 10. Let me see what happens. You see, you get a matrix like this, right? So I just want to write this numerical data into a right text file. So once again, I'm going to use the same write uh, function, but you see, if previously what we used, which was the function we used, if you remember, the previous function we used was write sorry, it was a write table. Okay, but now we are going to write the numerical array into the text file. Okay, so this is my function. I think I this is write matrix, write matrix. Give the name of the matrix. Name of the matrix is A. All right, comma. You have to tell what is the file name that you are going to write. So in this case, maybe my data dot mat. Okay, so I think I already have a file name by that. I'll change the name to my data2. That is not there. All right, my data2 dot mat, or even if the scientific data, if you have, you can actually create the dot dat format as well. I can do that. So dot date scientific format is this. Okay, comma. Now you see, I let me say that between the numbers I want to add a delimiter like such as a semicolon. So you just have to specify that as delimiter. Specify which delimiter you want to use. You can use semicolon, comma, dash, whatever, right? So I just want to use semicolon. All right. So this creates a my data.dat. You can see here it's a different format, right? It's not a text. This is mat format. This is the dat format. Okay. Now, how to see that? Check that. You simply go for type, then dot dat. So see, it's actually prints the content, and you can observe that between the numbers, right? Between the entries, you have semicolon as the delimiter. Okay, this is how I convert the numerical array into a text file, right? So that's my next option. Then let's check now how to convert a cell array into a text, right? We know the cells already. We have studied the cells. In the next example, I'm going to show you how to convert the cells into the format such a way that you can write it into a text and save it. Okay, so let me do the CLC. So let's create a simple cell array. Okay, so C is equal to, let me write a cell array, hence, then I want to write number, say 32, then I just want to write 77.36 maybe, then I want to write an. Okay, let's go to the next row, and we will write, then let's write say 31, then 6.6, and all right, let's create this. All right, now in order to write this into a text file, I have to use a function write cell. So see the difference. First was a write table, then previously we used the write matrix, and now we are going to use the write cell, right? So which is the cell name? It is C, and call the name, this is data.dat. We need we have to use a single quote over here. Press enter. It creates a dat over there, and just to check that, you can write type. So you can see it has been converted into a text file. By default, the delimiters will be comma. So commas are used here for that purpose. All right. The next option is to use the read table, right? You read the table and you can actually read the selected range of, right? We already have seen how to read something from a specific table, right? So that is the read table command, right? If you remember, we have done something related to this already, but let me, since it is a data import export session, let me go through that clearly once again so that you will be able to recall. Okay, so let's do this. I'll make table T is equal to read table. And if you remember, we read something specifically from a table, from a Excel sheet called patients.xls. So it means it is going to bring up the table in the form of a variable t to our workspace. Okay, so I just press this. You can see on the right hand side, it created a 10, sorry, 100 into 10 table. But instead of doing this, I can actually do something more to specify the range of data to be imported by using a range parameter. So that is in the same one you can see, right? I'll make a new table here. So let me call this as T2, right? Is equal to read table. I want to read from the same Excel sheet, but I don't want to read everything. I will specify the range, right? So specify the range as, right, from where to where, right? So in a Excel sheet, the top left corner is A1, right? From there I can specify A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, and I want to read 5 rows, means E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. So I just have to specify, like, start from A1, read till E5. Sorry, that's capital A1 till E5. Now you see the T2 is actually going to be a different size. It's just 4 rows and 5 columns, right? So that's the difference. This is how you can specify the range as well whenever you are going to read, right? Now this by default reads from the first page, because Excel sheets can have multiple pages also, correct? So which specific page you want to read or sheet you want to read, right? That is also possible, right? So we can specify that. I'll make it as a maybe T3, my new table. Say T3 is equal to read table. Okay, this particular sheet has no pages, my mistake. So if I enter, it's going to throw up an error. So I'll read a different Excel sheet. Okay, so it's a read table. The name is airline small underscore subset. Okay, dot XLSX, and instead of range you are supposed to specify which sheet you want to read. So specify the sheet, comma, sheet, the name of the sheet which you have given. In this case, I'm going to read the particular, in this particular Excel sheet, the airline details have been saved year wise. So I would just want to read the year number 2008. Okay, so that will come to T3 now. You can see T3. So T3 is actually, right, it's a huge table. So for the year 2008, right, I have 1753 rows. Okay, 1753 rows, and it is actually showing you the complete details of that a particular this thing, right? So you can see the origin, where it started, where it is going, is there any delay, right, etc. Many things are in this. So like that you can do this. You can read a specific sheet as well. Okay, after you do this, now I am going to club everything we discussed so far. right? I just want to select a range from a specific worksheet. For example, uh, let me go to the same thing. I'll make this as say T4. My next table is equal to read table. I just want to read everything from the same. I'll change the sheet number. Maybe one. I think I should have 1996 with me. Year number 1996, and then you specify what range. All right. So the range I want to read is between A1 till say E11. Okay, let's see this now. So T4 will be created over here and it is 10 into 5. So see, starting from this is A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, then come down E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6, E7, E8, E9, E10. So including the first, this one, the departure time, the heading is also considered as one entry. Okay, so because of that, it reads 10 values total. So plus one heading row, that is 11th row. All right, so like that, you are reading the specific range of a specific sheet of a given Excel sheet, right? So this is the data import technique, because most of the time we have the data presented in the form of a worksheet itself, right? So you can use this to perform the data import by using this. All right. Now, the next technique is how to, so you see here, this is a table now. So whenever you use the function called read table, the result is in the specific table format. It's not an array. You have to convert this into array if you want to do that later. But I have another command which converts directly whatever is the content of a Excel sheet will be directly converted into a matrix. So let's see that now. So I'll write as a, okay, let me clear this. Anyway, I don't want, all these values. So clear CLC, and now let's say, so M is equal to, so as you have a write matrix command, similarly you have a read matrix command. So read matrix. So what you want to read, right? Give the name of that particular matrix, which the Excel sheet which you want to read the contents into a matrix by the name M. So in this case, I will write another Excel sheet, that is where we have showed saved a 5 into 4 matrix, right? I just want to read it. So basic, the name given is basic matrix dot Excel sheet. So you can see M prints here. It's the content of that one, right? That particular Excel sheet, which is, as I mentioned, it's a 5 into 4 in the 5 into 4 matrix. Now I can also specify the sheet and the range parameters. So I just want to read this. I'll call this is maybe M2. I want to read from the same Excel sheet, but I will specify the other parameters like sheet. So in this case, we have not given a name to the sheet. Previously, the sheet names were the years, 2008, 1996, etc. we used earlier, but now name has not been given. By default, the computer saves the sheets in the name sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, etc. So I just want to read it from sheet number 1, and I'm going to specify the range, right? Maybe I just want to read between say B1 to D3. Okay, let's check whether this works. Yeah, this is going to work. So we read a 3 cross 3 matrix from what you call the Excel sheet, right? And it is actually coming in the form of a matrix. All right. Then let us see how to read the content of an Excel sheet and bring it into a cell. All right, let's see is it possible to do that. And right, so clear the command window as well. Okay, so now let me create a cell. C is equal to, see, the command is read cell. So like you had a write cell, read cell. So this reads that particular whichever Excel sheet you are going to ask to read, it will come in the same format. Okay, it will be read in the cell format. So I'll read the same airline small XLSX. I just want to read. I don't want to display, so I just press semicolon. It actually came here. You can see it is in the cellular format, right? Everything, every entry is a cell here. And if I say, if I want to read, look at the characteristics of this, I'll press whose. So see, it's a actually 1339 into 29 cell. Total bytes allocated are this much, and class is cells. Okay, this is how you can read. But if you want to read a specific range, all right, so then C2 is equal to read cell, right? Enter the name, subset dot Excel sheet, comma. Now specify the sheet, and we know that we had entered this in the form of in the year wise. So I just want to read 2007 maybe. All right, then I'll specify the range as well. Specify the range. Maybe I want to read a G2 till I11 possible. Let's see. So C2, since I didn't press the semicolon over there, it is getting displayed. It's a 10 cross 3 cell array, right? And it has been displayed in the required format, right? In addition to that, whenever I read a Excel sheet or the spreadsheet data, I can read the data columns as separate variables. This is also possible. All right, let me show you that now. So I will see, I specify what are my uh, functions. I just want to read something from them. So I'll read them as maybe the year, and I want to read the month, and I also want to read the day. Okay, this is equal to, see, the command is var variable. So read vars, read the variables from, right, a particular this thing. Okay, a particular Excel sheet. So I will use the same airline small underscore, I think, subset dot xlsx. So I'll just specify like this. You see, okay, it actually read something. Now I just want to every variable has been read. So since I didn't give the semicolon, it displayed everything. I'll show you the whose, that itself. Okay, so whose, I can let's enter. You see the day, month, and year has been read separately, right? Separate variables you got. So each column has been read, and each column's value also is present. Correct? So you can see each that value. The month has one for January, two for Feb, etc. right? So its value has been stored into the what you call variable by the name month, right? So the reading the spreadsheet has been done now. So in the upcoming session, we are going to look at how to convert the tabular data into the spreadsheet. Okay, so that will be the next topic we are going to check in the next class.